especially with Faker's champion pool. I feel like his strong suit has definitely been playing a lot of AP mid laners, not as strong on the Tristana or Corki this season, although he's had fantastic games of both. This hasn't been really his go-to. The Kennen I was talking about instead, though, will be the first pick, it looks like, for Zeus.
Yeah, still wanting to opt into that one. We've seen a few Kennens lose in the last few games, and sort of against what the teams that we feel are more powerful in the series as well, right? Like Zeus and Keen, both of them with many, many accolades throughout this season and this year. As, oh yeah, Zed is obviously the answer. Ninja versus Ninja is how it's supposed to go. But instead, it is Mihail going back to an old favorite here, or at least considering it. We'll see whether the Cassante is going to be locked in. Does make a little bit of sense. You can sort of weather the storm and then be more useful later.
See if they want to grab a jungle pick here, or if they want to, they could even get something like a Leona. It would be pretty unusual to draft it this highly, but it opens up a lot of different bottom lanes for them. This is not an easy spot with the top laners already locked away. Pretty unusual. So look for the Lilia pick here, potentially.
Okay.
As he did hover it last time, then swap.
Sort of considering it. Yeah.
Now, I do want to mention, Atlas, that Fisher has played a ton of Corki. He's really enjoyed playing the Corki. Faker has had some rough Corki games, to be totally honest with everyone. We'll see if Faker wants to lock it in here, or if Fisher's just going to be happy to say, we got an AP jungler, we're going W8D carry, and it's a comfort pick for me. There's that Vi.
Yeah, I think Vi is certainly a fantastic option, especially if we're heading into more of these dive-based games.
Maybe just Vi Ahri?
Yep.
Or Vi Talia. I mean, those are the AP picks I was talking about. Faker's look much better on than the AD picks, as Azir has been taken away both games.
We saw in our series yesterday, actually, the Vi be an absolutely pivotal pick. And that's going to come in once again. That Corki you were talking about, a little bit worried about, is going to be picked up once more. Fisher, I would really not mind if we just saw the Yone again, to be honest.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, is he going to play Yone again, or is he going to play Lucian? But he's looking for potentially the Tristana here. And I feel like I wouldn't normally trust... Okay, I'm glad to see the Yone. I wouldn't normally hover because Gio loves to do that.
Please, we want to see the hover. The hover would be, and Neela hover would be great.
Yeah, Neela and
Samira hover. Yeah, a few of those different weird options.
Do not play
something normal.
Do not play Misfortune, is what I would suggest.
Well, it's 80 carry Rakan. As the camera guy is going to let me know that, in fact, this is probably a pick for Vital.
It's a Xayah game, isn't it?
I hope
it's a Xayah game, Atlas.
It might be sort of Xayah denial. Oh my! They pick away the Xayah to deny the Xayah Rakan. And I think that the Noodle Boys mind game
that was
gorgeous.
Sick mind game.
Holy!
Oh my God! Look at
and
you.
And then the Smolder. Oh, wait. Well,
with Xayah here, I feel like it's actually kind of viable, but I think the Ezreal is just the better pick overall.
Yeah, I think Ezreal's fine. Of course, you do outrange the Xayah pretty comfortably.
You're so safe into Kennen Vi. I think the Ezreal is just better. I think the Smolder is just way too immobile. Yes, you could still lock down the Ezreal with the ultimate from the Vi, but it puts the Vi in an awkward spot. And Smolder can kind of fly or flap or whatever, but yep, not quite the same thing. As the Ezreal, I think, is going to offer you a lot of objective poke. And I mean that like in that it's factual that he can poke, but also around objectives he can chip away at the health bars here of T1 because they don't have a traditional front line. You have the Kennen, you have the Vi that can engage really well, and you have an Alistar, which is going to be relatively tanky. But if T1 fall behind and NONGSHIM have control over objectives or they're contesting for control, the Ezreal poke will be quite significant.
Cassante as a true tank. We'll have to see how it goes as we hop onto the Rift. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, ready to get it all underway. Game number 2, can the Noodle Boys do it again? Both teams getting their requested sides 2 games in a row. And Mihail just taking a few shurikens. Zeus is putting the pressure on. It looks like it's not going to be any lane swaps unless Vital moving up towards the top side. It may just be the NONGSHIM are getting that rotation over.
Yeah, it could be. It's going to be a tough lane for Cassante to play out here in the top side. Bottom obviously can be quite difficult as well. Obviously at level 1 you're going to have the Alistar's number, but can get a little bit trickier with Xayah into this relatively squishy lane. So they will have the element of surprise here as T1 have some deep vision, but they're not going to walk through it to the lane. They're actually going through this tri-brush. Great path here from Vital and Jiwoo. Zayas is definitely aware of the possibility. I mean, those wards tell you everything you need to know. T1 are very concerned about the fact that he might just be not allowed to play the game.
I kind of like it. Leave just one person up there. It means that there is less of the armor on the turret, meaning that there can at least be one of those blades taken by Jiwoo, as we can see. Ona moving over those, so 4-2 as Mihail trying to get towards the turret and might actually ding level 2. As no, not quite, but still he's going to survive. There's that level 2 that we were talking about. The 4 men still here from T1 as they do manage to get the engage. That is first blood going over to Gumayushi. And Ona tanks that one up beautifully. Juggled here is now Faker in perhaps a little bit of trouble, but doesn't even have to flash to get him out of the way of that one. And the teleport comes in from Mihail, and he says, "Witness me," as he looks for more of these minions. Zayas was tanking up this turret, and once again he's just going to get toyed with. And that is another kill going over to T1.
All right, Sylvie's coming down here to see if maybe he can get some cleanup done on the Lilia. Bowling ball going to go wide.
Yep, has his eyes on the stake there, but Carrier just going to flash out of the way. The watch out. Oh my god, how many kills can he actually pick up here as Carrier's dead as well? That is 2 for 1, and you'll probably take that as Grand Entrance going to be necessary here from Vital, but he used it, I believe, to close the gap. Doesn't land the Gleaming Quill, and Gumayushi just stands strong, walks out, no flash. Oh, there's the flash in! Jiwoo's here! And the flash was just used. Great sidestep from Gumayushi, but Jiwoo, he's going to have that Arcane Shift relatively soon, but Carrier, he gets back here. There are no minions near this turret, so Jiwoo going to have to make his way out of there, and he will be able to do so. Level 4 for the Ezreal. He's pretty scary, and we've stacked up another wave.
Yeah, here we go. I mean, Carrier level 3. I don't think they can actually kill him here, and the turret's going to keep him safe from that W. Yeah, I mean, that's a quick hands, quick reaction there from Gumas. We're done.
There's another double knock-up, and the Blade Caller is gorgeous. Vital looking to try and get himself out of this one as the Ignite was ticking, but not enough to take him down. It's now Jiwoo trying to deal with this one. Has great moves with the Arcane Shift to get out of the way, but I think he's still in trouble. Gumayushi, he takes another turret shot, and it's Jiwoo that grabs the kill. Jiwoo's still alive, and he gets the shield from the barrier. Oh my god!
I mean, T1, you're diving in Ezreal with barrier. If this goes badly, you've got to defend Ezreal on your hands, and you've tossed all the advantages you've got. I mean, not completely all of them, but a lot of them just into the bin as Carrier looking for the execute. Will get it here as it looks like the Vital Q does not match made in heaven. I don't know.
As Ona doesn't either, as he's taking so much damage here. Yeah, he is just walking the wrong direction. Carrier and Faker, nothing they can do about this, and can they keep themselves alive? That's the real question.
I have seen exhibition matches more serious than this first game.
This is definitely getting off the rails really quickly. I think we need to talk to Mihail's first keyboard about this one.
Guma going to deny some minions, and then he should be able to secure first turret here very easily, very comfortably. He is still 800 gold ahead, despite Jiwoo's very wild ride we were all on that second dive. For us to figure out where we are. Faker's ahead, has a cull. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The top laners are very low eco in this game. And something happened over here as well.
Aha, so it was a battle for the Rift Scuttler, and Ona didn't like it, but there were more friends for Sylvie.
Yeah, very, I don't want to say egregious, but greedy from Owner there.
Yeah, and Drake going to be picked up here by NONGSHIM. It's going to be good news for them. They're still 1,000 gold behind, as you will.
Fisher, though, looked like maybe he was going to go for the play on the Faker is over here.
Yeah, we've got an all-out from Mihail, who's just looking for Zayas. The exhaust goes down. He'll find some more Qs, and the flash out from Zayas is going to avoid it. Vital now looking for the angle. He gets over Zayas. He knows that he has to go all in onto this one. Some Alcove Gaming, a Q going to connect, and Mihail, he will fall down, but the immediate answer is there from the Rakan.
Yeah, the heal comes through. It's enough to get his health bar back, but I think Vital really wanted to give Mihail the kill there and missed an auto. Ends up causing Mihail to go down. It's very close. We'll have to look at it a little bit closer in the replay there. And Mihail in the player cam really frustrated with how that one went down. You can see he slapped his forehead there. A lot of emotions in this one. I mean, NONGSHIM are not going to playoffs, but at the very least, maybe taking T1 down on the way out would be such a great way to end their season, or at least to sort of start bookending it here. But it's looking very T1 favored in the second game, despite the scrappy nature of this game and how fast and loose both of these teams have played. T1 are trading up because they got plates in the bottom lane. Zeus 1v2 gets a kill, and now they're looking for more onto this Cassante, who's got nothing in the inventory.
Yeah, it's feeling a little bit mean as Mihail is going to have his turret demolished, but he will survive. Vital still in the area as Fisher up towards the top side now. He's been a bit quiet this game, as this is not, as Carrier going to get re-engaged on. Jiwoo over to the side, looking for some Mystic Shot angles, but Vital's the one that's in trouble. Okay, True Shot Barrage connects onto Carrier, but he has an unbreakable will. They both turn immediately. These health bars are so low. It's a 2-for-1 though, and Jiwoo is just massive.
Yeah, he has 5 kills now on this Ezreal. He had the Triforce in the fight, and now Guma's like, guys, I'm trying to lane against this guy. We're trying to farm it out. Please don't get him too big. It was a really close fight though, as everyone's health bars get insanely low for his Ezreal there, as he's kind of been Jiwoo's best friend in this game, I guess, in a lot of ways.
Oh, Sylvie sort of dancing around this passive stacked up, so he's so incredibly fast. Watch out, even Smite going to be able to lock down this dragon. It's a Mountain Soul this game as well. Yeah, that is kind of huge, because T1 don't really have like a true
lead. Obviously, T1 can start to stack up those resistances for their Alistar as well. Ends up being a boon for their front line if they can start to win those dragon fights. They get the Herald in return. Sylvie is looking for a potential setup here.
Yep, another angle. Could just be this turret that they're looking for. Zeus wanting to try and protect it, but there is another minion wave conga lining in. And so I think Zeus might have to vacate. Okay, Sylvie just going to flash forward. Their teleport is coming on through though, but the Q comes back. Fisher locks him down. And just an overstay here for Zeus, not even able to flash his way out as, okay, I think Vital might be dead. Never mind, he just quicknesses his way out. He's totally chilling. It's like, I don't know, Vital, what did he have for breakfast today?
I don't know, but what did Fisher have for breakfast today? He's all over the map in both games. He's just constantly setting up plays for his team or reacting to pressure they have on the map. Going to see a TP here top side as well, so Faker's not going to be able to put any...
and so, even though Zeus doesn't have his ultimate, it doesn't actually matter. As Mihail going to lose his turret, see whether he loses more than that as Faker comes down. A lot of consistent damage here, shredding down the Cassante, but he makes it to his turret.
Getting closer to coming online, about 20 seconds or so away.
Yeah, Rift Herald going to come on down here as Zeus is going to teleport on top of it. Looks like they want to take the mid lane outer turret with them, and I think T1 should be able to lock this one down. Banana Brush warded up as well as Vital comes in, and that ward, oh, not going to get swept just yet. Oh, Muramana just transformed as now Mihail. He's not a target that you're really allowed to engage on. Still pretty tanky here, even though he's being put behind.
They can't see, if they can't see Zeus, they cannot fight safely. They know where he is now, but it's still such a huge threat. Flash ult back online.
Yep, Gumayushi pretty safe positioning right now. Headbutt Pulverize on to Vital, but now he gets out of there. Great knock-up. Sleep comes in, they execute the cannon. The knock-up from Vital is just gorgeous. And Mihail's massive in the fight. Sylvie goes golden to keep himself alive. And Carrier, he is just a cow. What is he supposed to do? Jiwoo's gonna flash on top of Gumayushi. And NONGSHIM, I know they ate noodles for breakfast, right? It's NONGSHIM, but damn, I wasn't expecting this game.
No, I was not either, but they just put Zeus in the ground. They won't let this rat ult, and he just instantly sets up the sleep. Super decisive call from Sylvie. The follow-up ult for Fisher is there. And Zeus is just 6 feet under before the fight can really get off for T1. They had Prio, they had the Herald going through, they had Banana Bush control, they took out the turret, but NONGSHIM were just more clutch. They kite back and they set up the perfect playoffs if they lose this, because again, their strength of schedule is pretty weak, but it may affect which place they get in.
Yeah.
And that could actually be quite significant in terms of that first round. So
it might mean that certain teams could make decisions about which teams they face.
I'm not
and things like that.
Yeah,
Wolf, we'll see whether that is going to be an eventuality.
I do wonder because, you know, from a watched this game only perspective, maybe you would change your decision, but I'm looking at this and if you're a T1 fan, you're not happy to see this game, even if they do end up coming back and bringing this to 3. But I mean, it's 13 kills to 6 right now. It's a 2,000 gold lead. It's a massive Ezreal. And map control doesn't belong to them. The Baron power play is increasing by the turret, and there's ways back into this game, but if Kennen can never ult...
10% nerfed. I think he got 10% buffed by killing everyone at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, maybe more than 10.
That wasn't too bad. Fisher might be caught out of position here. Let's see whether he can ult away. He is going to be able to do so. That's a big cooldown. Now missing, and no teleport to get him back into the fight as well, as Ona is going to try and push him ever further. Still, he's got a lot of life steal, so you do have to be a little bit careful.
And no Vial
here. Yeah.
No Vial for Owner, so locking down this Ezreal seems like a pipe dream at this point. Carrier is sitting at 1/3 health.
Thing is, the cannon is now a whole lot more dangerous with the fact that they don't have that fate sealed in order to lock things down. Carrier almost just dies to the True Shot barrage, so they're not going to be able to go for any sort of engage. He is purely their front line, and that is going to be sole point for NONGSHIM.
Zeus is just not getting to ult in team fights. It's just not being allowed. As the Ezreal follow-up there, just so huge.
And Ona, lying in wait here, is going to find Vital. I think Vital pretty happy about that one. Finds the quickness, and they're just going to turn it onto Ona. And he is going to ult, but they get over the wall, and now the re-engage comes in. Jiwoo's going to be taken out, and Fisher as well finds himself on the wrong side of the fight. Can they still get this? Because Mihail, he goes all out. Carrier finds the pulverizers. Fisher locks down Ona. They don't have their fed Ezreal, and they're still fighting this one as Sylvie misses the bowling ball, and finally Gumayushi's able to get it done. Carrier ticking down, but he will survive.
And when the Ezreal blows up there, they don't have half of their damage, but it doesn't necessarily matter because Fisher is doing so much and the fight is so broken up. Lives, it's just not playable. And they're just going to go straight back to Baron and say, we're doing it again. Sylvie's ult's back up.
And T1 have no information about what's going on here. You can see Mihail turns up in the bottom lane. He has teleport, so does Faker. But Sylvie's in the mid lane.
Fake out.
It's
real.
Mid lane and AD carry that are just going to kill a Baron.
And T1 just aren't realizing. They're like, well, these players are missing, but I wonder where they are. They're going to get the notification right now. There goes the Baron. And it's T1 who let this happen. They're the kings of doing sneaky Barons. But there's just not much they can do. They can't close the gap. They don't have vision. It's too risky to walk in there, but I think when they saw the...
Use their Baron. Get things pushed up. Get this one started. Yeah, Zeus, good flank angle. No flash, though, available. Let's see whether he can get into a good position as Carrier half health now. Just off one combo. Fisher gets over the wall with the Unbound Soul. He's just looking to try and deal with this. And there is the Mountain Soul now available for NONGSHIM. Shields upon shields for this.
Yeah. And he knows that he's the hyper-fed member in this game. Yes, Fisher is also pretty fed, pretty huge. But if you can't kill the Ezreal, I just don't think you win these. You're outranged. And T1 knew it. They were like, well, I guess that's it. Checkmate. We have to give this dragon up. I hope we can fight for it.
Gumayushi has been alive at the end of a lot of these fights. He hasn't been the one targeted. He's only died that one time, as we can see. He's got most of his items completed. He is a monster in this game. But in these last fights, is he going to be able to get it done? As you can see, Fisher just searching once again for another angle, as this inner turret could be in trouble. As W connects onto the turret, and that will be going down as Carrier going to have to back away. There's another one. Fisher unbinds the soul. Knows that
NONGSHIM have over the map right now. If Guma dies, then they just push further as owner. Speaking of dying.
Yeah, exactly. He's 0-5 already. This might be 0-6, but no. He presses the ulti button. He's going in, and he just goes out immediately afterwards. That's that 0-6 that we were talking about. And NONGSHIM don't have to worry about a jungler. Still a minute until the Baron, so he will be up again for that. But the base may be in tatters as it's now 4 versus 5. Baker is going to get nailed by so many skill shots.
Look at
from Jiwoo.
He's like, oh, there's no Vi. I can step forward. I'm brave now. I'm not afraid.
Oh, Fisher is also going to do the same thing, but of course doesn't need to be that brave as Sylvie almost just one-shot by Gumayushi. He might need to press his Zhonya's button. Vital's going to be there to try and protect him as Carrier looks for the option, the headbutt back onto Jiwoo. He breaks his arm guard, but the ulti to punish Jiwoo, and Fisher just says, no, not today, my friend. That is going to be the exhaust down, but it's not enough to stop Jiwoo from falling down. Sylvie's now dead as well, but NONGSHIM are cleaning up the fight because Fisher is still just so big. Faker on full health, not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, Guma said, I'm going to actually put this game on my back and I am going to carry in that fight. Did so much damage, was actually finally unlocked for
Boomer, and there was just not enough left in the tank. Is now Vital going to get engaged on once again. Cease and desist comes down. Has he created enough space? The answer is no. As the Rakan goes down, Fisher just going to reattach once again. So it's a few health bars now a little bit lower, but NONGSHIM without their support.
And that was working really well for Vital, little tricky plays, but now they have, oh, Carrier.
Yeah, that's the flash headbutt from Carrier. The ulti comes through from Fisher though, and Carrier will be going down. So support for support, but Ona's also going to fall. A double kill for Jiwoo to start this one. Zeus' ulti doesn't find the angle he was looking for this time. And this Mountain Soul, this Cassante is so big. It's a triple for Jiwoo, and he's just layering all the CC. Arcane shift forward, quadra kill, and the Noodles are winning 2-0 over T1.
Unbelievable result. 2 insane upsets today. First Gen G fall, and then T1.
It was the win that KT took that knocked NONGSHIM out of playoffs, but I don't think it affected them in this one. Or maybe it did, maybe it was the lack of pressure, but they get a huge upset, arguably a bigger upset than the first, and Jiwoo gets him.